Felicia the Phenom Spencer is 29 years old.
See some of that taekwondo type kicks right there.
When you learn about her accomplishments, it's like listening to great jazz. One can't help but be impressed by the versatility and depth of her technical expertise.
Wow! Felicia Spencer!
Taekwondo at 4, Jiu-Jitsu at 12, black belt in both, university degree in math, former high school teacher, martial arts teacher, not to mention her MMA career.
She worked her way up through the amateur ranks and became the champion. She worked her way up through Invicta and she became the champion. She now is in the UFC, and in 1 year, 4 fights later, she's about to become the champion again.
And despite leaving Canada at the age of 4, Felicia Spencer will represent the Maple Leaf. She chooses to honor her roots.
Felicia is the definition of a dedicated person. Motivation can fail you day to day, but dedication is a lifelong choice.
But that choice came with a price. Growing up, most of Felicia Spencer's free time was devoted to martial arts training, either in the company of instructors much older than her or in the company of adult students, when she was the instructor at 13. The martial arts prodigy had relatively little experience socializing with her peers.
At school or just, meeting people out in public, like I would never want to say anything if I didn't have to say anything. I just kind of keep to myself mostly.
When she left her family home in Englewood, Florida, a small beach town, and headed off to college in the big city of Orlando, she felt even more isolated.
I always kind of think of it like heavy air, where you just it just locks you up. Everything just around you just feels like it's harder to move, harder to breathe, harder to talk.
My first impression of Felicia was this quiet, slipping, attack. If you're moving forward the whole time, you'll move back. Exactly. Slip, attack. Nice, good.
It's odd thinking now that one of the most alpha people I've ever met in my life never fit in. It might have been a shy person.
When Spencer switched from martial arts to mixed martial arts, Coach Lee immediately saw a potential future that included thousands of fans cheering her on in the UFC. He hoped if the moment arrived, when it mattered most, Spencer could avoid locking up under the glare of the spotlight.
Getting close.
What he didn't see was behind that big smile, there was loneliness and occasional regret for the choices she made in her life.
It hurt, and I would definitely cry a lot, at night. I was using my time to do things that I cared about, like training, teaching, studying, being involved in things, and then not spending really any time doing normal partying. I sometimes would feel kind of down, man, I'm really missing out on stuff here, and I would beat myself up about it, why can't I make friends?
My name is Todd Coppinger, and I started dating Felicia Spencer 6 years ago.
I think when I started to fall in love with my husband, now Todd, he really made me just love every decision I ever made, Sorry. Being in his life really just let me love myself and everything that led here. So I know it's the stupidest thing to cry about, but it was really a big turning point.
I want to say fireworks. I saw, a perfect wife. That's what I saw. She's such a nice person. She wants everybody to be happy, and she doesn't want to be talking trash, that's just not who she is. Drives me crazy, drives me insane, but it's just who she is, and that's something I do love about her at the same time, because if she talked trash all the time, that would change who she is. What's the word?
Bougie?
Bougie.
For the first time in a long time, Chris Cyborg will make the walk without being the consensus greatest women's mixed martial arts fighter of all time. Certainly the legacy, though, of Cyborg already secure, but she's still hungry for more, and that would mean her opponent, the undefeated Felicia Spencer, must be ready for anything tonight.
Out of Orlando, Florida, USA, by way of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Felicia Spencer!
To give the punishment just as much as she's taking punishment.
Look at this. Boom. Nasty elbow.
There's no other word for it. It's heart.
Cyborg
is swinging.
More heart than I've ever seen.
Wow, Cyborg is cut. Man.
And it makes me proud.
Oh! Big shots by Cyborg.
I would characterize her as the female version of GSP.
Oh, Spencer is tough, man. She is taking some shots.
I think tough back then used to be like an image. But I think over time I've learned that you can be tough in other ways.
Loud, let's go Spencer chants raining down here at Edmonton.
You can be emotionally tough. I know I'm tough now because anything that comes my way, it just rolls off my shoulder now.
Felicia Spencer is certainly proving herself worthy of this fight and ready for prime time.
She walked out of that cage a more driven person, a more confident person, knowing that she just went with arguably one of the best females ever to fight on the planet and did amazing with her.
I think that we can have a respectful fight. Unfortunately, I'll take the belt from her, but no hard feelings.